Welcome in to Why So Sidious a Nerd podcast. We're here to talk about more Avengers Doomsday. And usually I've been glazing it. I'm excited about it still, but I understand there are some concerns going into this. Marvel doesn't quite have the trust they did going into any of their other Avenger films. And we got a special guest here, Rome's Guide, to come talk about this. Second time on the show. Yeah, thanks for coming on, dude.
Oh, it's a pleasure, man. I love this channel, man. I love y'all's podcast too. So I'm
I
probably one of the
appreciate it.
only few that leaves like the comments on the Spotify.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. You get very few of those. Uh, Great channel over there, Roman's Guide, doing comic content, movie content, and a wide variety, like someone with images talking about backgrounds and characters, and then some of the current news stuff going on. Like we're kind of going to talk about here. We're not here to bash Avengers, but
No.
we're here to discuss the things that are concerning going into this movie because we have focused on basically all the positive stuff, the excitement stuff. We've covered a lot of Avengers Doomsday, and it's okay. We're going to step back. We're not a hater channel. I like to talk about things that I like. Usually I don't, if a movie sucks, I really don't even want to talk about it. So I think it's just fun to talk
Amen.
about the great stuff. But hey, we're just going to get a little bit negative here today and just basically talk about why Doomsday potentially could suck. You never know. It might be the worst Avengers movie yet. We'll see. But um, before we get into the bad, let's get one cool rumor out of the way that could
Yeah.
potentially be pretty awesome. So we've heard a lot of rumors about how the opening scene in Avengers Doomsday is going to be one of the best action scenes, big scenes in Marvel history. Like it's supposed to be amazing. That's kind of a new rumor that's been floating around a lot. From some trustworthy people that I think, so apparently they're going to try to go balls to the wall with this first scene, and that could go any number of ways. But one of the particular theories that might be true is, and spoiler alert, moving forward, if you don't want to know anything about Doomsday, it's going to be tough to do that for a whole year, but
Yeah.
spoilers, just in case this is correct. This is going to be an incursion with Spider-Man's universe and Toby Maguire's Spider-Man, from what I
Yeah.
understand,
And Doc Ock.
and Dr. Octopus
So they're gonna
with,
be teaming up.
and they're going to have an incursion with the X-Men universe, the original Fox X-Men universe.
Yeah. And I know it looks like it's gonna be Logan or Wolverine from the Deadpool movie. The
Okay, so that universe so we're gonna have Spider-Man versus X-Men, and it's going to basically show us what what happens when an incursion happens, like what is going on. So we're gonna see how big of a threat it is, how uh, just fatal it is to the planet and the
yeah.
universe with Spider-Man and X-Men, and so that way we understand what is coming for the Avengers later. Because you could sit there and start the movie and talk about incursions, but that would be one hell of a way to show you why it's so devastating.
Yeah.
And then you have one of the coolest, nerdiest things you could ever wish for: an X-Men fighting Spider-Man,
Yeah.
maybe
The
some of his
OG Spider
villains.
Man.
Yeah, so ah, that'd be
Yeah, I
pretty
don't know.
cool.
That would be really cool because like I know I've already gotten a little flack for my opinions on that last video I posted, but I am a fan at the end of the day. Like I want to see this succeed, but I also know Marvel hasn't been really like landing the has been doing the 10 for 10. But if this actually happens, like I the nostalgia is gonna hit so like if people were cheering in Spider-Man No Way Home, just only imagine seeing Toby and Hugh Jackman sharing the screen together in the beginning of the film. That's just that you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's like one of the most pleasant things I can imagine on screen. Feige back in the day said in an interview he wants Toby Maguire and Hugh Jackman's Wolverine on screen
Oh,
together. That's
yeah.
one of his big wishes, and that would make sense. And then it makes sense why um, Tom Holland's Spider-Man wouldn't be in the movie. Like that is kind of a red herring. Oh, well, not a red herring, but we're talking about telling us that Spider-Man's not going to be in the movie. But we're like, then the other people aren't thinking of, okay, well, what about Toby and Andrew? A lot of us are thinking of that.
Yeah.
But when you know Tom Holland's not going to be on the cast list, you're probably going to be pleasantly surprised to see any presence of Spider-Man. And that's how they put their biggest IP character in this Avengers movie, while having us for now think that Tom Holland's is not going to be in there. But you open that movie with Toby Maguire's Spider-Man.
And
fighting the
especially if
X-Men,
it's in
dude.
his world, because like we never really got a real ending. We never really got that Spider-Man 4 to like wrap it all up. It was just like, are they gonna get back together again? And like, but there's still the lizard problem that could probably possibly happen, and the whole Carnage rumor that happened back in the day. I don't know if you remember that rumor from way back in the day. And
No.
but just I don't know. And then if Doc Ock is gonna be there, that means it's probably gonna be around Spider-Man 2 then. Like right
Well,
after Spider-Man 2, if Doc Ock and Spider-Man are teaming up.
I would assume that it takes place after the events of No Way Home. Toby
Yeah.
and Doc Ock went back home. That gives them an opportunity to kind of stack their team up a bit and give us some other characters that could have existed at that time. Because if you think about it, like Toby and Doc Ock versus the X-Men, they get washed. I don't really see
Oh,
that
it's
going
not
too
nobody's walking
far.
away. They're both humans. Well, technically Spider-Man's got an edge,
He's got some
but
healing factors, some durability.
yeah, but
Not
Doc
Wolverine
Ock,
though.
man, you go for the head, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. They don't stand a chance against the X-Men team. So I'd imagine they take them back post No Way Home, and there's going to be some other existing characters that we've never seen on screen, or maybe we have seen them on screen. Maybe
Yeah.
which villains, are still running around on the Toby universe, which ones didn't die,
Mm-hmm.
after that.
And then
So yeah, we'll see. I mean, Sandman's still there. I don't even know if he has his powers.
yeah,
That would
Sandman's
be a
still running
powerhouse for
around.
you.
And then if you think about it too, if it opens up right after No Way Home, and they kind of make it seem like Tom Holland's sacrifice didn't really pay out as much as he wanted it to be, because there's incursions. The incursions hasn't been like referenced since like what, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, right?
Yeah, I'd have to think. But I will say they didn't really like that's the one thing that we have going for us as far as building to Doomsday. If we're going to get into why Doomsday might suck, like that's one of my biggest reasons
Yeah, because it's
is
scattered.
yeah, it's
Like
scattered. The Russo brothers are amazing with their Marvel films, but their Avenger films were basically half written. Like we
yeah,
had these Infinity Stones coming together. We got introduced to Thanos and the split between Captain America and Iron Man, bringing more of that human emotion and connection into the story, which made it that much more clinging. Like, there was so much going for it. Like, you don't even have those lead characters anymore. Like
mm-hmm.
Steve and Tony were the heart of the MCU
Yeah,
for the whole phase 1 through 3. You don't have someone like that,
mm-hmm.
and you don't have any development, and that's the only reason I think it's going to be tough. I personally still do believe this is going to be really good. So you're on the other side of the fence, which I totally
Yeah.
understand. And give me some more reasons.
I think it's because like you said, there's no anchors, and like, and I know there's anchor beams, that was a thing too, and they never really explained that one. But like, there's no anchors, like what you said. There's no heart and soul of the MCU, and now it's just like, and then they're even bringing in Cap. So the trailers for me seem like they're doing kind of damage control. Like we're bringing Cap back, we're making Thor serious again. Hey, nostalgia, we're bringing in the X-Men after they died. I don't know how many times, like 3 4 times already.
Yeah.
Like like how many times we got to see Professor X like take it, you know what I mean?
There's been at
And
least 3 movies where the general audience is like, that was the perfect send off to the Fox X-Men. Give them their
yes,
goodbye. Perfect. The door is shut. That was awesome for like 3 movies. You can't say that
yeah,
about
I'm gonna do
like,
it
let alone
again.
2 movies, and then third movie, and then we're bringing them back, baby.
Yeah,
Like,
we're bringing him back just to kill him again.
yeah.
Or like at least like the smarter thing would be is that they kind of pass the torch to a new cast. That would be cool, but I don't know. What else? Yeah, I don't know. It's just like, yeah, I do. I am kind of excited for the whole Black Panther and Fantastic Four and Namor thing, because technically they're all together in the comics. And this is, in hindsight, it is a good idea, because like we never had the X-Men, Avengers, Fantastic Four all in one movie, but we also haven't had any like groundwork to get there either. Like
Yeah.
Fantastic Four should have been like earlier in the phases. And I get it, the whole phases were like, they were like, the earlier ones was all about what's his name, the villain, um God, his name
I
is
forgot.
his name.
In the old
With
Fantastic Four movies?
Jonathan Majors, his character, they
Oh,
were
Kang.
building him
Okay.
up. King, there you go.
Yeah.
And that never went anywhere. And like they're gonna have to make a scene to explain. Okay, like maybe Doctor Doom went and killed him, and like he's a new boss, and it just seems like they're gonna have to undo and like explain some stuff just to get to like where the story is, unless um, the writer is really, and I know it's the writer from the previous Captain America movies and the last two Avenger movies as well. So he's
Okay.
really good with his comic book writing into film. So might pay it off, and they might use the whole like if they're smart, they can use all this chaos and like focus it and just pick what they need and like just go with the plot from there.
Yeah. Like they can make an original story and just hit the ground running, and the movie could be good. We'll see. The other point I had was, do you think that, like, what if they just forgot about Kang and he was not mentioned in the end? His story ended in Ant Man Quantumania, but you have the Council of Kangs. But what if they just forgot about the Council of Kangs, like they've done with, like, I mean, originally they did that with Edward Norton's Hulk. They said like Tony Stark's end credit scene just didn't actually happen. Forget about it. Um, so what if they just completely forgot about Kang and moved forward with
Mm,
Doom?
I wouldn't mind that because like I wouldn't mind actually, and I mean, or at least like they can do what they didn't do with Thanos, where like the first opening scene that we get with Doctor Doom is him like finishing off the last variant of King. Like it could be one of those guys in that arena, and like that would be like the last thing we see. But I don't want to see Tony Stark's face until like it's a big reveal. I mean, obviously we know it's gonna be RDJ, but like I still want to see like that menacing side of him before he takes off the mask. And I hope
Me
it's not
too.
like an Iron Man mask either, because that I don't know how I feel about that either.
I know you don't want it to be too close to Iron Man. That's for sure. I really hope he has the mask on a lot, though. I have a
Mm-hmm.
feeling Doomsday is going to start with a lot of him without the mask, because I still
Yeah,
kind of think he's going to be treated as a hero at first, like here to help. I kind of think that's going to happen at first.
and that's how kind of Doctor Doom is. He's a hero to his own people, but outside of that area, it's very like like he's got his ego, like, and that's the thing with Tony Stark. He's got an ego too, so like it might be a variant or like I don't know. Maybe that's the way they could chalk it up. Like it's a variant where Tony Stark's egotism like consumed him, and he couldn't let go of power, and then he ended up controlling of that world, and then wanted to control the rest of the world. I don't know. They could go with that, but to make it fit into the MCU, since they're kind of like doing the whole avoiding the comics and just using like certain areas of the comics to like butt into the movies.
Yeah. You, so what else is on the list that makes this movie like not exciting for you?
Uh, I guess I want. I guess the big one is Captain America. Like that one, like
The
I
return
I
of
thought it was
Steve.
like I have a pop like of like of old man Steve, and like you're gonna like just bring him back. Like I don't know that they're gonna have to explain that now, and I don't know because Captain America was my favorite in the MCU, and like, I thought he had a really great ending, and now they have to like undo that to bring him back. And that's why I said it feels
A
like
great
damage
send
control.
off, bring him back. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just a
and I'm
ridiculous
like,
pattern.
dude, what
What
do y'all
about
do?
what do you think about him going back in time, putting the Infinity Stones back, causing incursions, causing Doom's world to die? He lost his family, so he's gonna have this direct
Ooh,
hate for Steve Rogers, and he's gonna want to come after him. Bringing another RDJ versus Chris Evans movie on
or
with new
they kill
costumes.
him off. They can kill
Huh?
off Cap. They'll
That would
that
be
would
crazy.
suck in the like I don't know, but that would be pretty ballsy if they like if he takes him out, because technically there's no without Captain America, the Avengers don't really have a leader you think about it. Like Sam really hasn't interacted with the other heroes. Stephen Strange, he's a bit of full of himself sometimes still, and I mean, they could honestly what would be really cool, since Cyclops is going to be in this, they get Cyclops to be the leader for this Avengers team.
That would be sick. Yeah,
That would be
I
really
doubt
cool.
they would do it, but I would love it. That's where they haven't done that on screen yet. Like Cyclops is such a cool leader in the comics.
Yeah,
He'll get his hands a little dirtier than Captain America too.
yeah.
So it's a lot like Steve Rogers, but willing to like create an X-Force Assassin Squad type Steve Rogers.
Yeah, and then probably like go against your own what do you cut? Your own teacher too with what he did with the Phoenix Force in the Avengers versus X-Men.
Yeah. So because that would be my biggest concern for the movie is just like half of what you said, but it's just like kind of what some people complain about Deadpool and Wolverine was being just a cameo fest, nothing but action and cameos, fan service. That would be my main concern for the Avengers movies here. I think the Russos will cook up a good story, but I'm really scared because of the kind of moment of desperation they're in, and everything they're doing seems desperate, bringing back X-Men, bringing back Steve Rogers. So I'm just worried that they're going to just do a slugfest of cameos and the story is not going to be good. I think that's if it's not good, I think that's the most likely reason why.
Yeah, because like you can lean on the cameos all you want, and it would be cool like in the moment, but then whenever the nostalgia kind of falls off, I'm like, then why did you bring these guys into the picture? Like,
you need a real good story for that rewatchability factor.
Yeah,
like that will add to it and make it legendary if the story is already really good and it's executed well.
That would be really great. To be honest, even like kind of bring in what's his name, the one that died in Multiverse of Madness, the original Dr. Reed Richards, like
the original Illuminati.
They do like a reference to like the Council of Reed somewhere since this Dr. Doom's here. That would be cool, but I think another reason why I'm kind of concerned is that Dr. Doom and Reed Richards are a big like rival, and like there's no rivalry yet. Like, build that.
I think they really should have introduced Dr. Doom in that movie. That would have helped Avengers Doomsday a lot.
Yeah,
I mean, and it's so crucial. You could say that about so many movies, and you want the villain to show up, but really, when it comes to Reed Richards and Victor Von Doom, like that would just make sense. They're one of the best villain hero relationships in comics, in my opinion, and they're so closely tied together. It's the opposite side of the same exact coin for these dudes. And I just think you really should have introduced him with your Fantastic Four, because that was one of the best additions to the MCU. It's one of the most exciting things for me in the MCU is Fantastic Four. Seeing them come across Black Panther, it's like getting that magic of seeing these characters cross paths. I'm really excited about that. Great addition. But man, you could have done the villain of the Avengers, and it's just necessary. It's Reed Richards and Victor Von Doom. So no big deal. But I think it was a little bit of a mistake. At least do a better end credit for him. Yeah, we did see him in the movie, but it's like there could have been more stuff with him and Reed's relationship, at least just a little bit.
Yeah, we at least like a reference, like, oh, that college friend that I had, like it didn't work out with him, or like something.
Literally, could have been a mention.
They could have just done a quick little reference, and then boom, like, okay, we're excited. Like he exists somewhere. He exists somewhere, but they never really referenced them, and like it's just, I don't know, because like Dr. Doom versus Captain America, like, because I know the comic books lately have been, the new Captain America run has been relying on the whole Dr. Doom versus Captain America, and I'm kind of scared because sometimes the comics kind of like they prelude lately in the newer since the MCU has grown. I noticed like sometimes they'll like tease some stuff in the comics that end up happening in the movie, and Captain America's been fighting Dr. Doom lately. I don't know.
Is that in the Zdarsky one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know it was
against really
Doom. Good. I can't wait for the trades to come out.
Yeah, I've been getting I'm behind behind a lot of stuff, but that's the one.
My comic life is always behind, bro. I just wait for trades, and often I can't just afford to buy all the good trades that come out new.
Have you read Absolute Batman?
Yep, and I got volume 2 pre-ordered.
Okay, I just finished the first because I have them on single issues. Yeah, it's fun. But
And
let's get
so
back to Doomsday. Let's get back to Doomsday. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm kind
we'll
of
do comic
scared for.
talk to wrap it up though for sure because I got a lot of questions.
I think that's what they might go for. Like, since Tony Stark and Cap already had like that thing previously in the MCU, like they can easily just chalk it up to like Cap versus Tony or Cap versus Doctor Doom, which I'm not really thrilled about because like what you said, the rich history is there, and like how can you not explore it?
Right.
And but they also didn't have enough time to explore it either because they were just throwing random projects out, and that was like honestly, Shang-Chi should have got a sequel. I don't know if they should have like Eternals went nowhere, still hasn't gone nowhere. I think Doctor Strange should have been like one of the main heads of the newer phases because it seemed like he was in
I
charge
agree.
for a little bit, but they kind of like I don't know.
You know, R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman because I guarantee he was gonna be the heart of the MCU
Yeah,
for
I
that
thought the
phase
same.
if he existed. And I still really like Black Panther too. I really do. And I even really like Shuri as Black Panther. I can't
Yeah,
wait to
me
see
too.
her interact with the Fantastic Four. Like I think she carries a really cool presence of however she does it. I think it works. And seeing her come across Ben in that trailer was really cool. Do you think that they're hiding some characters, taking them out CGI,
You know what?
removing
They
them from
did it
that
last
scene?
time. I think they would this time because like imagine who else isn't in that thing. Like it could be some of the X-Men. That could be them like going in the ship and like recruiting like a team, and it could be from like all these different incursions because like technically the Fantastic Four aren't on on the 616 universe or in the main MCU timeline. So there could be a lot more characters back there that they just
Yeah,
deleted.
the Avengers, all kinds of stuff. Because I guarantee you, they're not meeting like the Fantastic Four aren't gathering all these people to go find their kid. I feel like you don't gather a giant team for that. You kind of get a hand or two and you go get Doctor Doom. But if they're having all these people meet, that's because it's been an incursion. I feel like it's
Yeah,
been an incursion. They've already experienced it. In the comics, is the incursion saga all starts with an incursion in Wakanda. So I could totally see them coming across an incursion that looks like Necropolis, also, which is where the Illuminati meets in the comics, so like a desert landscape in Wakanda territory, but outside of the main
well that's what it
Wakanda.
looked like in the trailer.
Yeah, so a very desert that looks like Necropolis. For those of you who don't know, in the Hickman comics, that's where the Illuminati meet. They
City
meet
of the
down there
Dead.
to talk about incursions and figure it out in secret. Not with the Avengers. Like Captain America was a part of it for a while, and
He
once
didn't
he
agree with
found
it.
out they were planning to destroy an incursion planet to save their universe, he was not about it. So Doctor Strange wiped his memories, and he got booted out of the Illuminati without even knowing it.
Yeah, yeah,
So
and so that would have been really cool because like if they would have stuck to like Doctor Strange, it wouldn't have been like the same type of hero because like since that Captain America figure isn't there, and like since they're not relying on Sam, it would have been more interesting in the phases to see how Doctor Strange would handle stuff compared to Tony and Cap.
yeah,
And plus, he's dealing with bigger stuff because it's not just our dimension; he's dealing with multiple dimensions. Because at the end
right.
of his movie, the last thing was the incursions that he caused one or something like that. And
Hmm.
so
Right,
we
right. That
never got to
too.
see him after that. And then
Right.
wait, which one came out first, Multiverse or Spider Man No Way Home?
Multiverse came out after.
Okay, yeah, then yeah, he was stuck in an incursion. So I think I honestly I think he should be the one rallying people up since he knows how to get through dimensions. But
Well, I
um,
think he's in trouble. I think he's going to be like stuck. He's like already in this other weird universe looking for incursion stuff because Homegirl came and said, "You caused an incursion. We got to go." And I feel like he's going to cross paths with Doctor Doom before like he's with the team or anything. I think they'll meet. That's kind of comics oriented too. Doctor Strange and Doctor Doom were out in the multiverse, whatever, figuring out incursions together, and they found out a lot about incursions. And well, especially Doctor Strange. It's so weird how it happens and what they find out who's responsible, because it ends up being, spoiler
And
alert.
you brought up a good point. I totally forgot. Doctor Doom actually relies on magic as well. That's what separates him from Reed Richards, because Doctor Doom's willing to exploit the magic side. I mean, look at how he got his armor. I don't know if y'all know, like how he got his armor by like sending his greatest love to hell to get that armor.
It was his mom. No, it was his mom.
No, he saved his mom.
Okay, and then his love interest.
Go down there, yeah. But later down the line, he got this armor, but he had to sacrifice someone he loved. He wasn't going to do it to his mom, but he's going to do it to the love of his life, and she's stuck in there for the rest of her life, or the rest of her eternity.
Yeah,
while he's having that armor.
I've never read the original Doctor Doom Origins, just Brubaker's modern retelling, and he didn't put that one in there. But he also didn't put in the fact that like his mask was molten hot, like already beat into shape, and he put it on hot to like go through the pain and, you know, have his little rite of passage to become Doctor Doom, with now a burnt face under his metal mask. But like that wasn't in Brubaker's either. But so I kind of really want to read the very first.
That one. I got to read that. You got to send that to me.
It's really good. Yeah, Brubaker. It's called Books of Doom.
Oh, that's the one. I think they made an omnibus out of it.
They did do that, but that would probably collect Doom's original origin, because that collects his stories across decades, I think. And it's an omnibus. It's like, if there was one omnibus I can get, I'd get that one. And it's out of print and hard to find, but such a cool collection of Doom
Doctor Doom.
Stories.
Dr. Doom's got so many fans.
Yeah, I bet you. I think it starts at his first appearance ever, so I'm sure it would go through those early origins and all of his major stories, at least up until, I don't know, your Children's Crusade era. That might be in there, might not.
We'll see. But yeah, I think it would be cool to see, like, that would really different, like, separate him from the Tony Stark, because Tony Stark he always relied on his technology, but Doctor Doom relies on magic as well. And since they've been really dabbing with the magic a lot lately in the later phases, there's like Shang-Chi, Eternals, what else? Guardians, kind of like they had a character in the background using magic, like.
Oh yeah,
they can go there. They can go there a lot, like if they're smart about it. But
yeah, well, they're opening the door more and more. Who knows if Blade will still happen, but who knows if that'll become the Midnight Suns. But magic and even like vampires with like Blade's thing. There's a lot of realms you can go into still in the Marvel universe.
I think they should have kind of kept the lanes open. Like, okay, we have the Avengers stuff, but we can have the street stuff with like Daredevil stuff. And then we can also have like the supernatural stuff. So that way, if they have to, they can all come together, or they can just stay in their little worlds over here and just the Avengers deal with the big stuff.
And we know they're willing to go rated R. And I think that's, if you're going to do a dark supernatural universe, I think it's hard to make a PG-13, like, you know, like a Ghost Rider or something, or Officer Blade. It's really hard to go PG-13 and make it believable. Like, it'll end up being corny in some way. Or, you know, if you're doing things like Ghost Rider and Blade and the werewolf guy, I feel like rated R should be the way to go. And you can see how they're willing to do that now. I'm rewatching Born Again, and I'm like, damn, I can't believe, like, they went full rated R. Like, the Netflix Daredevil was a strong PG-13, except the violence made it R. There was actually some like gnarly violence that there was no F-bombs or anything. It was just violent, but like borderline, barely made it over rated R because of the amount of blood we saw.
But was the most like rated R stuff.
Oh, dude, so gnarly.
The Daredevil show.
That's true. And just violence and gore, they did fully go rated R, 100%. But, you know, Daredevil Born Again went a little farther. They're throwing F-bombs now, which that you didn't hear, I don't think, one of those in Netflix Daredevil. So, and, you know, Deadpool and Wolverine, Feige said Blade would be rated R if it comes out. Does that mean if they're stuffing him in Midnight Suns would be rated R? Yeah, it would be cool to have a rated R kind of Avengers thing going on, and a team up of supernatural characters, a rated R Avengers, Ghost Rider, whoever else.
Like what do you call them, the Secret Avengers, since they're already going with that one stuff.
But yeah,
because like another thing I wanted to talk about too is that ship in the end of Thunderbolts New Avengers, the ship of Fantastic Four. I wonder like who's in it. Like, is it Doctor Doom or is it Fantastic Four coming to recruit people?
Well, now that we saw them meet Black Panther, I do think the Fantastic Four is in there at least. Because originally I thought it would just be Doom. But now maybe it's Fantastic Four and Doom. Because I think Doom is in that shot. I think Doom's with him at that moment. There's a high chance of that. And they just didn't show it. So now I know it's not just Doom, or we all do, because that ship is in the 616 meeting our guys. And I just think Doom's in there
Yeah,
with them.
I don't know. I feel like they should do with like what they did with the rafts, like have like separate teams, like fighting different sides. Because obviously they're gonna fight from the rumor of the whole Toby and Wolverine fighting. That one, I don't know how they're gonna do that one because that Wolverine, he's very vicious. Like he was cutting up everybody, but it's because the movie was rated R as well. So, but they made Wolverine PG-13 in the past before. I think they get away with that one. Oh, dang! I lost you there.
Sorry, I was muted.
Oh, my bad.
PG-13 Wolverine works, but I've always had a gripe with it because he has freaking blades for hands. It's really hard. They've shown us that they can do it. I even kind of like his regular. I think it's just called the Wolverine.
Yeah.
But Days of Future Past, he's epic in there. Even his scene in Apocalypse, X-Men Apocalypse,
the X-Men 2, the X-Men.
Yeah,
that one was epic. And then it worked too because they kind of used like a noir type of like style with the filming to like make the audience like think, oh, he just cut, like not showing is like half the using the audience imagination of like, oh, what did he do to him? Like works as well. But if you're fighting heroes, it's different. Because I know in the comics,
you don't
right
just
now they have
heroes.
Say what?
Yeah, you don't like just start taking limbs off heroes like that.
Yeah, I know. Or I mean, they could do that with Dr. Octopus's arms. I think that would be like the only one.
Everybody has no limbs, just his metal arms.
Yeah, he's like, and then you're useless. He's like pushing to the side.
Yeah.
Here's another thing I want to ask you. Do you want this to be like more comedic or serious?
Oh, of course not. Not comedic for an Avenger movie. Not comedic. You could do Civil War, for example, had some of the funnier like moments. I don't know. For example, so you're like bird costume. Come on, like stuff like that.
That stuff like that. I think stuff like that works, but like full because it seems like they're going less funnier for this one.
And that's fine, dude. I want Doom to be scarier than Thanos, and he should be. The thing about this movie is, dude, is like Doctor Doom's my favorite villain for sure. And comics, yeah, probably comics. So I'm just pumped to see Doctor Doom. And it's also, I mean, a top 3 comics all time. Hickman's Avengers, New Avengers, leading to Secret Wars.
Yeah.
Top 3 all time. So that's coming on the big screen. So I'm just like already biasly like pumped for this, recognizing that all the things that are kind of keeping us fully confident in it do exist. They do have an uphill climb, but man, I can't wait. His favorite villain, top 3 story of all time. And I don't like how desperate bringing Steve Rogers back feels.
See, I was just as excited, but then whenever they brought Steve, I was very disappointed, and I was like, "Oh, y'all are doing damage control." Like that's what it felt like for me, because I was like, he already had his send off. Like, why are we bringing him back? Like now y'all are just like, so you already have RDJ, and now you're bringing back Steve Rogers. Like, I mean, not Steve Rogers, Chris Evans. Like now it feels like y'all are going backwards, and y'all are acknowledging the fact that y'all have dropped the ball. And so I was just feeling I just wanted more confidence from them. And then going back to him, I was like, do we really need to bring him back? Like, how come we can't let Sam Wilson, write Sam Wilson really well? Like, look what happened with, what was it? What was a character that was really good in the Infinity War? And, they kind of made Thor, it was a good movie, but they kind of made him funny. But in the Infinity War, he's way more cooler.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like they could have done that with... Yeah, and they could have done that with Sam Wilson. That was the original guy that they worked on with the Russo brothers brought Sam Wilson into the MCU.
True. Yeah, good point. I like that. Yeah, you could write him being a great Captain America. You totally could. So, you could be right. What if they kill off Steve Rogers? Probably not, right? But my thing is, it does feel like it feels so desperate. It feels like the most desperate thing ever. But at the same time, I do love me some Steve Rogers. So it's like... So that's the thing. And you know what? I don't think as much, it does seem so desperate, but I don't think they would do it unless they had a reason, a good story, a good thing to do with these characters. Because man, you just literally brought back RDJ for a villain that is not even a variant, just a completely different person,
Yeah.
and you're bringing back Steve Rogers.
I think for me is like, and it's funny too because I saw a clip long, like I saw the where Joe Rogan he said to RDJ after like the whole Avengers thing, they watch, they make a couple of bad movies and they'll bring you right back. And and I'm like, hey, that is like poetic justice right there. But
It
even though
is.
I didn't want it to happen, I was really happy for what could have been next. Like, and everything's already said and done. Like, was he to cancel Kings at any point either in Doomsday?
Andy. Council
We
of Kings, we touched on it earlier. We discussed whether or not maybe they just forget about it. They might literally just, the dude doesn't exist. A Council of Kings is out there somewhere. They've done that before. They forgot about, we'd said the end credit of Incredible Hulk. They said forget about that. It didn't happen.
or multiple villains at this point.
I have a 50-50. I think they could very well do that. My other 50% is like if Doom's going to show up as a hero and be helpful to the heroes fighting incursions, ostensibly, then I think they will take a step to the side and show us him fully masked killing the Kangs, because it's going to be tough to just have your hero here, your villain here, working with the team all movie. It'd be cool if he was working with the team half the movie, but then like, you know, after we see the Spider-Man X-Men incursion, theoretically, it just goes to the death of the Council of Kangs. So we know this guy's a villain while he's sneaking around with our heroes trying to figure things out and help.
Think about that's really smart. That would like, because like everybody kind of, the cat's out of the bag. Everybody knows that he's gonna be Doctor Doom, and then the general public audience doesn't really care or know about Doctor Doom, and they see RDJ like helping the heroes out, and they're like, "Oh, this is another Iron Man."
Right.
And then when he turns heel, everybody's gonna be like, "The jaw's gonna drop." Like everyone's like, "What?" That would be a really good idea.
Yeah, freaking light bulb went off in my head. That's why they wouldn't. They are kind of in a corner. They couldn't just say RDJ is returning, because that would seem even more desperate. They almost had to tell us he was Doctor Doom. I don't know. I had the connection in my head for why that made sense, but I kind of lost it. If they just said RDJ was coming back, we'd all assume it's Iron Man, and it would seem desperate. And they know that probably a lot of the news they're about to drop is going to seem desperate. So they had to tell us it was Doctor Doom. But would you enjoy the movie more if you thought he was Iron Man and he was walking around with the heroes helping out, and then boom, twist, turns out he is Doctor Doom? Would you prefer that? Are you happy you know this? Or like, would you be more excited if they said RDJ is coming back, period? We all assume it's Iron Man. Or are you happier that RDJ is coming back, but what the hell, he's Doctor Doom? Like, which route would the Iron Man thing make you less excited?
Without like telling us who he is? Because like that kind of felt like a gimmick whenever he was on stage, and I'm like, he's just Doctor Doom, which I like I know they said that he is an original. I don't know if you saw that Iron Man thing, that the anniversary where John Favreau and Kevin Feige, they were both like, oh yeah, he was supposed to be Doctor Doom, but scheduling conflict or something like that, he ended up didn't being Doctor Doom in the Fantastic Four movie. So he ended up, that's how he got because he did so well in that Doctor Doom take. They asked him to go for the Iron Man thing.
So he was auditioning for Doctor Doom in the previous Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Yes. And okay. That's really cool. I mean, that's really cool to bring that full circle. Because, dude, I really think, take away that he was Iron Man in the past, great actor, and he has great range, and he can get very like serious to where it just draws you in, and you're just so invested in his plight. So I could see him being just an epic Doctor Doom. It's just,
he'd be a really good villain.
And there'll just be the lingering confusion on why. Because you also heard, we got news that we might not know why in Doomsday, and we might figure it out in Secret Wars.
Wait, what do you mean?
We're just going to be dealing with RDJ doing the villain thing, and we're just going to not know why. So that kind of bugs me.
Dang. And that's because I heard the next Avengers movie is going to be split into 2 movies.
I heard that too. Yeah. I
Yeah,
could
that's
see
the
that. I could
rumor.
see them filming the crap out of that thing, coming up with a 5 hour cut and being like, yeah, we're gonna have to split this up. Cause like most movies come out, usually their final cut before it's edited down is like an extra hour, like
Or
maybe
two.
half an
Like
hour to it
Black
could be a
Panther was
lot
supposed
of
to be
extra
four and a
time.
half.
Yeah, that what actually came out in theaters. So take that with this giant Secret Wars story. Um,
That would be
so we have
really
our
cool.
question, or we have our answer on why Tom Holland's not in there. So you think we will see a Spider-Man? I mean, give me a percentage. How likely do you think it is that the opening scene is X-Men versus Spider-Man?
Well, I mean, if the rumor keeps circulating and circulating, and like, and I've seen it multiple times from different sources, it usually is like I'm giving it like a 80% chance that that's going to be the opening.
I just want to say yes, and I want it to just happen. Dude, that's one hell of a way to introduce why the Avengers need to reassemble. This is what
Yeah,
incursions do. And at the same time, say Spider-Man versus X-Men, baby. Like,
yeah,
that's
that would.
perfect.
Oh man, dude, you just imagine how cool that opening scene is. Like and they get like the corny song that they had in like what do you call it in Spider-Man 2, like dancing in the rain or whatever, and like he's just smiling, and then all of a sudden, boom, he gets like tackled by what do you call it, by Wolverine or something like that.
Yeah, because you got to expect that if it's an incursion, they're not going to know what the hell's going on. The X-Men are not going to know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
Um, but they're going to probably maybe both assume that both planets are here to annihilate them. So they're going to go into defensive mode, and they're going to go over there, and Spider-Man's going to see the X-Men, or the X-Men are going to go over there, and they're going to see Spider-Man, and they're going to start fighting.
Well,
I
did you
just
see the
wonder.
costumes? You saw the costumes for the X-Men? Those are
Not
already
yet.
ready to go.
Straight up.
They have the original cast and like in the suits from like the comic books. I don't know if you saw that.
And my question is, so where would that end? Is one of the universe just going to be obliterated, or is Doctor Doom going to come down and be like, "Yo, this is an incursion"? Like, I don't know. Is he going to play a role in that, or is the incursion going to wipe out one of the two universes? I wonder.
That's very interesting. Or like they can like pick their favorites and just be like, okay, y'all come with me, and then they can be part of the team. The other ones like fade out or
Yeah.
like
What if Toby is in that scene, the Fantastic Four scene with in the
that's what I'm
comic?
saying. They could have a lot more characters, like a
Dude.
whole like little army like going up like the thing about an army of superheroes just walking up there, and we're just seeing like the Fantastic Four and what's the name and Black Panther like just casually going like they're having their casual talk while we see like Wolverine like the
Dude.
suit and like we see Toby and like but in the background already getting in the ship. That would be awesome. I think it might happen, but we'll see.
Yeah. All right. Well, before we go, some of these recent comics you've been reading, we'll switch over to some comic talk a little bit. Absolute Batman 2. I wanted to ask you that as soon as you brought it up. So, volume one, solid, whether that's 6 issues or 5 or 7. I
I
don't know.
think
But
it's 6 issues. It's
so,
very fun. Like it feels kind of and not it kind of feels kind of marvelized. The what do you call it the movie? I mean not the movie, the comic because like it feels like Batman, but it also feels very relatable because Batman's always like he's got money, so like he doesn't have to worry about like the
yeah, he's working
normal
class now.
mundane stuff. Yeah, and like now that his mom is alive, still spoiler alert for if you haven't read Batman, but like his mom is still alive. They and like it's different because like he doesn't have every resource available to him, so he has to make his own stuff. So that's really interesting with like not having that money like just coming in and like the way he fights is a little more brutal too. So like it's really like it's kind of like giving like Ben Affleck Batman vibes. So like I really like it. And then I've been reading
Well,
I've been reading Ultimate Wolverine. That
here's
one's
my question though. So, if volume 2, so issues 7 through 12 or whatever it is that, I mean, just as good or better than volume 1? I hear it picks it up a little bit.
I don't know because I know the next one I started reading is the introduction of Mister Freeze, and then I think it's 2 issues, and then it goes into Bane. But at the end
Oh
of
shit,
this
that sounds sick.
of the first one, they mention Bane, like
And
go
the
get
Joker.
Bane. Yeah, the Joker. There you
Yeah.
go, the Joker.
They
Yeah,
show the Joker and he looks crazy. I'm really excited for volume 2 because it's so different. They're taking giant swings. One of the weirdest things about this absolute universe is the capes. Like Batman and Superman's capes are like savage weapons in very different ways, but very pronounced. Like their capes are very different. So they're
absolutely,
like
yeah.
full on weapons.
Especially Superman's. Superman's is
Yeah,
so like they really went to the
overpowered.
sci-fi world, like
Why
with
do you
that
need
one.
to overpower Superman more? You don't need a freaking magic like
Leave it to
nano
Jason
cape.
Aaron. Jason Aaron know what he doing.
Yeah, no, it's good. I really like Superman. Everyone was talking about Batman and Wonder Woman, and I liked those too, but I really like Superman as well. I like the absolute Superman, of course,
I
I'm talking
haven't
about.
read it yet, but I know like because I have a year that I have we're part of the comic book community, and I hear everything that they say, and I'm like, dang, dude, like I really need to read my issues that I have because I buy the issues, but now I think I'm moving into like what you're doing, trades and like digital, because I'm like I'm already paying for the digital stuff to help me make my videos, but like I'm really excited for like DC. I haven't been this excited for DC in a long time. Probably since like New 52, because like I fell off right before the rebirth stuff, and then that they keep rebooting stuff, and like I
I
feel like
know it's so annoying. Why do you have a new era every year?
yeah, and it's like it's I'm like yeah, your sales are doing bad, but like you don't have to redo everything.
Yeah, why does a
Like just give
reboot?
us a good give us good stories consistently, and yeah, you can bring them all together, but like you don't have to do it all the time.
I totally agree, and I'm really getting annoyed at events being like small
Yeah,
and insignificant. Like I missed those 12 issue events. Your Avengers versus X-Men. I can't come up with a ton of
dude, you remember
examples since
Secret
they're like
Invasion? I remember back in I grew up
Secret Wars
reading
was
the
like
comic
11.
books. Yeah, it was Civil War. Civil War had
Well,
repercussions.
Civil War was only 6 issues too, but it was
Yeah,
still very
it
impactful.
was
And
repercussions though. Every time
yeah,
there
there
was
were, there were. It
Secret
bled into
Invasion
every
had
title
repercussions.
in
Like
a beautiful way.
Siege had repercussions. What was it? Dark Reign had repercussions with the Dark Avengers. Like everything led to something else, and the universe wasn't the same. But now it's like, oh, we're all gonna team up. Okay, we're done. Like everybody go back to your books. Like nothing happened. Like
Yeah. See,
there's no
I could
repercussions.
forgive House of M, Civil War, Secret Invasions, and Siege for being short because they were like 4 chapters of not as much House of M, but like Civil War, Secret Invasion, Siege were like 3 chapters of an event that you know
Yeah,
what I mean. So I could totally forgive them for being small events, and that they're some of the best.
and they were
And the
epic
way it
too.
bled into the titles was awesome. Just storytelling at its finest. That's what we're missing out, like long range storytelling, because
Yeah,
we're doing these like deadlines. We got to do like people are just doing like 12, 20 issues. Hickman's done with Spider-Man at 24. So this is Hickman, man. He thrives when he has a long story to tell. And you just shut him down at 25. Like
that's what they
I
did
mean,
with him with X Men. Like I was really just
exactly.
that's why I never continued with X Men when I heard he was gonna leave. I was like, oh, there's no point of like reading these books because like if he was the one that was supposed to wrangle everything up, we're never gonna see his full vision. So I never finished the X. I heard it was very good for what it was, but also I was like very disappointed because like what could have been compared to what we got, like because
No,
Hickman always delivers.
it is good, but it's like he's only halfway and then they shut him off. Like Hickman's does
Long
so
run.
good at building and building and building and then having everything just culminate in this amazing way, and you just cut them off before the culminate, like all the great stuff starts coming together.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just annoying with X-Men and Spider-Man, like 2 of these comics that you just want these
Yeah, because the
comics to be the
Spider Man
best thing you've
run's
ever read.
really good too. That Spider Man run
So
is
good.
awesome.
And
Like
maybe
it's
it will
really good.
still we got I got one more volume coming out. Volume 4 will come out, I think, well, 4 or 5. That's going to be it. I hope he nails the landing. But maybe I hope he's getting off of Spider-Man, I hope, to focus on the end game event, the comic event that's
Mm.
gonna shut down the
So
Ultimate
technically he's
Universe.
not leaving, man. Hopefully it
Huh?
makes Spider Man like the main guy, but I heard there's a rumor going on that Wolverine is, but we'll see. I'm
That
behind on the Ultimate Wolverine is probably my favorite. I'm actually gonna I'm
nice.
actually gonna what do you call it make it like a little more like because I know there was better titles, but Ultimate Wolverine kind of like landed with me more emotionally. So like, or like just relatability. So like, I kind of want to like do my own spin on it and like really go a little deeper because I already started. I already mocked. I haven't made a what do you call it a script. I usually just go off the top of my head, but this time is the first time I'm actually gonna like one, two, and like layered it out. But Ultimate
You're gonna
Wolverine to
like
me,
you're like gonna write a comic for fun.
no. I mean like it's like I'm gonna like do a deep dive into it, like
Oh
take it
yeah, okay.
really, really
Sorry,
deep. Like
I got this dumb blonde thing going on. No,
I
yeah,
mean,
I
you're
get what
good.
you're saying.
I have ideas for comic books, but I'm like I don't have the time right now. Either. I have so much going on. Like I think that's why I kind of left YouTube for a little bit because like. But
Yeah,
anyways, yeah. Ultimate
same. I feel
Wolverine.
you.
I started reading The Silver Surfer by Dan Slott.
Oh, okay, that one didn't land for me. It's super popular, but not what I'm looking
Yeah, it's
for in
kind
the
of
Silver
slow for
Surfer.
me. It's like it's very like mundane and like very down to earth. And so I don't know. They say it's gonna pay off at the end, so hopefully it changes. But
Have you been reading World Under Doom?
no, I try to keep up with Year the Collector's videos when he does those. Sounds
Nice.
interesting. It sounds really interesting. Like
I'm just excited.
really,
It's like 11 or 12 issues. It's actually a full event, so that's nice.
yeah.
Has the
And
freaking meat and potatoes and everything. So,
so, can you explain it what it is? Because like I kind of like
well, so after Blood Hunt, spoiler alert for Blood Hunt, he Dr. Doom, I think is I remember he was contributed to the win at the end of the book, and he ended up as the Sorcerer Supreme. So when he became the Sorcerer Supreme, he pretty much deemed himself like, the king of the planet.
oh, yeah, that sounds about right.
So I don't know anything about the event itself. I just know how we got there. Blood Hunt is directly teases One World Under Doom. One
Hmm.
more question for comics. Have you read Imperial by Jonathan Hickman?
I've not read that yet. No, I'm
Really
trying
want
to.
to read that. So
What
that's
is that
coming out.
about?
It is, you know how Annihilation they say is like a reboot for the cosmic side of Marvel.
Yeah.
It's a lot like that, is from what I hear. And Hickman wrote the whole thing, and it's
Oh, he did. Wait, is
structured.
that the one that I saw? Like I saw a cover for like
Nova's
Nova's
helmet
on.
on the ground, red background.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
saw
yeah,
Nova was on there. I was like, I really like Nova. Oh,
yeah.
speaking of, let's talk about that. Did you see that rumor about like who's gonna be Nova?
No,
It's gonna be. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. This guy, the one from Stranger Things. Oh, you kind of went mute there.
Joe Keery, I think his name
Yeah. Dude,
is.
he
Yeah,
would be perfect for what he cut for Nova,
I don't
man.
know, dude. That seems. I'd have to think
Because
about
like
it.
he kind of has like that, like
No, you're
because
kind of
like if
right. I didn't.
from whenever I read Annihilation, he has like kind of whimsical about him,
True,
but he has like a lot of heart to him too. And I
true.
think like he could, I think Joe can probably like pull that off because he does have a lot of heart in that series.
That's true. He totally does, and he could,
All you got to do is just bulk up and take all them
yeah, he does seem a
supplements
little
like all
skinny.
the other actors.
Yeah. But the Imperial comic is structured just like Annihilation too. It's got like
Really?
this character's titles for 4 issues, another character's title for 4 issues, and then the main event for 4 issues, just like Annihilation. Because there was 4 issues of Silver Surfer,
Yeah.
Drax, Nova, and maybe one other guy, and then there
Yeah,
was
it was
the
the one
Annihilation.
from the Guardians movie, the villain,
Oh, you're right, Ronan.
one with the hammer.
Ronan, yeah,
Ronan, there you go.
you nailed it.
God, that was
He
such a
has
good
his
comic
four
book.
issues too. So Hickman doing a space epic, man, that's high on my reading list.
Yeah, I'm gonna do what you do. I'm gonna wait for the whole series to come out. That way, I don't have to buy the single issues because single
The
issues are getting
trade,
way too expensive.
I know they're getting expensive. The trade comes out in March, so you could already pre-order it. It's like $35 though, so it's a kind of a
I'll
chunky
take it.
trade.
I don't know if you go to like different websites to like get that stuff
Sometimes, yeah.
at a discount. Yeah,
Yeah, but like
that's what
Panabon Comics, they have really solid prices. Use
yeah.
code Wise
I
Cities
saw
at
your
checkout.
video and I immediately added it to my list of like where I buy my omnibuses now.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. I know. If I had money to buy omnibuses right now, I just had a new kid, fourth kid, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah, beautiful
congratulations.
baby girl. Thank you. If I did have a bunch of cash, I would just buy it off of our code. Yeah, and get some credit for it. Support
That's
the panel bounce because they have like super good deals for
deals.
omnibuses.
Really good
Actually,
deals. I
half
saw
price
some.
off sometimes, like $120 books for 60, and usually a really good selection of solid choices too.
Yeah, they do. I unfortunately I've bought a lot of them in my past because I do the payment plan. I do the PayPal payment plan when I buy my
Hell yeah,
omnibuses. I'd rather do $20 every 2 weeks. I can do
that's
that.
not bad. Yeah, I'm still mixed if I like Omnibus more. I like that it's more complete, but I'm also so selective on my comics. Like I might love volume 1 and hate volume 2, and volume 3 is pretty good enough to hang on to, good enough to keep. And volume 4 is amazing. Then volume 5 sucks. Volume 6 sucks. So it's like everything on my shelf I've read, and you don't get a spot on the shelf without being worthy of staying on the shelf. Like I get my book, I
That's
read it.
smart.
If I don't like it, I don't even leave it on the shelf. I've came to regret that a couple times because I've reread a couple things and been like, this is incredible. What the hell was I thinking? So I'm
Yeah,
sure
that's
I've
how I am
probably,
sometimes too.
yeah.
I'm like that sometimes. I'm like, I forgot which run it was, and I forgot who told me to reread it, and I was like, okay, I was wrong. So I didn't like it when I was younger, but now that I'm older, I see things differently, and like, man, it was. I'm trying to remember what it was, but I buy omnibuses that from runs that I never got a chance to read when I was younger, and so that's how I go off of it. I'm
Yeah.
like, dang, I heard a lot of good stuff about it. Like, I know it was kind of like I got the Brian Michael Bendis's X-Men runs because I always heard that those were
Oh,
like
yeah. All new
where
X-Men
like
or something.
Cyclops kind of goes into the dark side.
Oh, Uncanny X-Men then. Yeah.
Yeah, I got that one, and I was like, I'm gonna get it because I know the all new X-Men one went out of print almost immediately. So
Mm.
I got that one through Target, but I also did the payment plan, so it wasn't that expensive.
That's a kind of underrated X-Men era. It's not the best, but I think it's really solid. All new X-Men and Uncanny X-Men, and it
Yeah,
goes with Uncanny
I was
Avengers.
I was reading those when I was getting back into comics because I remember I stopped reading it for a little bit, but then New 52 came out, and I was like, okay. And then I remember that was on the shelf, and I was like, I don't know. I just remember the concept was like the young Cyclops is gonna meet the older Cyclops, who's now like kind of dark side. So I was
Yeah.
like, I like stuff like that when they do like
Yeah.
when the old self meets the new self, and I thought that was interesting. And I know
Yeah.
Brian
That is
Michael
cool.
Bendis was still doing pretty decent at that time before he
Yeah.
kind of like fell off.
Well, let's wrap it up. And I'd say, I mean, this is kind of a more casual episode for Why So Cities, but dude, come on. We could do this all the time if you want. We could just get
Oh,
on
I'm
and
down,
chat about
man. Just
whatever's
let me
going
know.
on. So, yeah, thanks for coming, dude. And thank you all for listening. Go follow Romez at Romez Guide, as that is spelled. YouTube, TikTok, anywhere
TikTok.
else?
I think Instagram, but Instagram I'm usually for like collabs and stuff like that. But I'm on there too. I'll post on there as well.
Nice. Yeah. I don't get on our Instagram. So if you ever text me over there, it's probably David or Andy. But yeah, dude, let's do it again. Thank you guys for listening. We are at Why So City is Pod. I guess we're going to, I should let you guys know, February 7th, I think, at around 10 a.m. Pacific time. We're having James Caan on the show. This dude wrote the novelization for Return of the Jedi. This dude has wrote novelizations for Indiana Jones, Poltergeist, um, and he's been involved in writing, producing on the Star Trek show Voyager, I think. So really cool guest coming on. Go check that out February 7th. We're just going to interview this guy, basically ask him a lot of cool questions about all kinds of stuff. He used to be an ER. He used to work in the ER. So he was in the ET scene where they were resuscitating ET. He was actually a doctor in that scene. Crazy, really cool. Excited to do that. So come check that out. Otherwise, we're at Why So City is Pod, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, X. So check us out. There's actually also a website link that we coded a little website. It's on CodePen. So I think when you open it up, like you could see the coding. I don't know how to change that, but there's a website with all of our links to merchandise, our podcast, and just kind of a community thing. It's a work in progress, but we're going to figure that out. Check out that website. It's pretty cool. All right. Thanks again, Rome.
No problem, man.
Come on
It's an honor
soon.
being on here.
Thank you all for listening. Thanks, bro. And we'll see you next time.
Deuces.